of the blizzard of '96 and how it affected the village of Powder Valley, Pennsylvania. The first snowfall came Sunday, January 7th. It totaled 31.5 inches in Philadelphia. Speculation in Allentown was that it was a little bit more, 33 to 35. Drifting out here in Powder Valley, as you can see, was quite substantial. A second snowfall fell on Friday, January 12th. That one totaled about 7 or 8 inches. Our road was plowed on Tuesday afternoon, January 9th. You can see from the drifts here that today, Saturday, January 12th, the snow level is just about at the roof line of our 1990 Honda. This rear view of the Honda shows you some of the drifting and piles cleared by the backhoe that we had to hire to dig out our driveway, and you'll see the real snow from the backhoe in a minute. You can see here there's a pile in our front yard, actually two piles if you look beyond the mailbox. That's the one on the other side of the driveway. Each of these piles is about 7 or 8 feet high. Deb's just getting home from a shopping trip. It's Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, January 12th. And as you can see, as I back down the driveway, you can see how high the snow is right now. It's a little above the door handles of her car, which would put it at about 3 feet or so. This isn't the steepest part of the driveway, but you can see what had to shovel out. It's been a very sunny day and in the high 30s, so we've had a lot of melting. There's some of the real drifting next to it, almost at the roof line of the car. There's the other side. Let me just back up a little bit more here. I want to give you a real perspective here. Alright, there's another section of drifting. Now if you can see, our driveway is about 12.5 feet wide. Right now what we have is about a section wide enough for the car and a half. Usually you can fit 2 cars almost side by side. And you can see the depth of the snow, and that's drifting. If you look closely, and I'll take a close-up, you'll see the shovel marks in the snow from partly trying to shovel ourselves out until we finally hired a backhoe. Here comes Deb along the side. Here you can see some of the drifting at its highest point is obviously right at the roof line of the car. Some of it's even the highest. She's starting to turn into her garage right now, and that's the mountain of snow that was at the bottom of our driveway. It's about 20-some feet long, and at its highest point it was a little over 15 feet. Now, as you can see, it's only about 12 or 13. It's about the same height as our garage doors. If I back up here, you can get a perspective that you can see the corner of the garage where the drain pipe is, and the mountain of snow is just about, it's actually a little bit higher. So that's probably about 13 or 14 feet right now. And that thing runs tip to tip about 20 or 25 feet. This is a view from the top of the driveway down to the garage, and you can get a real sense of the volume of snow here. That's the Honda. It's a little bit shorter than the Audi Florida rooftop, but so you can see the snow is actually over top of the roof. It's a little deceiving because the house is set back and down from grade. Here's that other big mountain of snow at our house. That's our neighbors, the Bonikowskis. If you look in the distance, you can see their van parked in their driveway. You can see the snow there, and that's at the top, just about at ground level. The snow there is about up to the windows. It's been shoveled out. They hand shoveled theirs. We aren't quite that crazy. That's a good view up the street. You can see the height of the snow is about even all the way up the street and around the corner. It's about a little over a lane right now, and at its highest point it's probably about 6 feet, 6 feet, kind of like an Olympic bobsled chute. I promised you a close-up of the snow bank and the shovels. You can't really tell here, but I'll show you on the sidewalk. This is the front walk off of our driveway leading up around the front of the house and to the front. You can't really tell right now how deep this is. What we wound up shoveling through, it was more like tunneling than shoveling actually, but as I get around the corner here I stuck a snow shovel, ordinary size snow shovel. Now this is the kind of shortest part of the drifting. There's that snow shovel in the distance. That snow shovel comes up to my just under my armpit. So you can tell from that angle, you're looking at about I don't know, 3.5 feet or so here at the normal part of the sidewalk. As we get around the corner, the drifting is almost twice that high. Yeah, that's about 3 feet or so. You can see where the snow actually touches the tip of the handle, about halfway up the shovel. 2.5 feet maybe. Okay, I've moved the shovel. I'm kneeling right now about where it was, just to give you some perspective. And I'm going to crawl around the corner here up to the front porch, and you'll see as we get around the corner, there's the top of the shovel handle, and you can see the snow comes just about up to the top. It's about 4.5 feet right there, easily. There it is. We sort of shoveled and tunneled our way through here. It took about 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours to shovel this front walk around the front. You can see it's pretty good distance until it evens back out. I'll give you a view looking straight out on the porch, and that's pretty much on both sides. It was like digging a tunnel. This is what it looks like from our front porch if you had just walked out the front door. And you can imagine what our front porch looked like before we shoveled it. I didn't actually shovel this whole thing. The porch extends to where that brick is, that brick wall right there, and you can see one of the posts on our porch. It's still a couple feet on both sides. Here's the other side. The porch actually extends a little beyond the brick on both sides. As you can see where that post is. Just walking right along. There we come out the tunnel and around. And the drifting is, like I said, not quite so bad once we get to the front part of the section of the house. More like on the left side it's only about a foot and a half. On the right it's about 2.5 as we walk down here. There's that shovel again for perspective. Another shot of the drifting in the driveway. See up the top it's not quite as high. Where it really starts to accumulate like a trough is down here at the bottom. You got to remember this is 6 days after that snowfall, so there's actually some of the snow has blown away or been backhoed away to get us out. Those drifts were a little more like 6.5 feet high. They would have covered that Honda when we came out on Monday morning after the Sunday blizzard. Monday morning, the 12, 11. The 8th, after the blizzard on Sunday the 7th. There's the Bonikowski's house, and there's that mountain again. The tree line in the background. There's, from about 2/3 of the way down the driveway, just looking up, you can see the pile that the backhoe left. And there's another one on the top right-hand side. Going up the driveway now. It's remarkably bare. It's been a real sunny day, and I was out early this morning scraping another layer off the snow. That's about a 6.5 foot high tree right there from ground level, so you can tell about where that snow is. Maybe 5.5 feet right now. Here's another interesting indicator, our mailbox. As you can see, I had a backhoe dig that out, but then we got some snow yesterday, so this morning I wound up shoveling it out again. It's down pretty bare. Haven't had any mail delivery since today, actually. Saturday the 13th was our first mail delivery since Friday the 12th. The blizzard again was on the 14th. I'm sorry, back up. Blizzard was on the 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, Friday the 4th. We had mail. And that was the last mail till today, Saturday the 12th, wait, 13th. Sorry about these dates, gang. It's the rest of the way down Powder Valley Road. We're the last house on the lot, and as you can see, there are no homes across from us, which kind of helps. It's up on the top hill section. All those backyards slope down. In our wisdom, we chose a lot down here because we had a nice big long flat backyard for the kids to play in, and it worked out well, except when it snows like this, all of their snow winds up in our yard. Great houses though. Great houses. This is the bottom end of Sweetbriar Lane. There's a realty sign. Kind of see how high this drifting is now. I'm walking alongside it. It's about a armpit level or so. A bobsled chute. There goes the truck. You can see his roof. Some of the plow remnants at the bottom of our street. You're not allowed to make a left-hand turn here. They plowed it so that you can turn right, but you still take your chances turning left. It's pretty heavy snow there. That's about a foot or so tapering off here. And here's the bottom end of the development. That's our house right there. There's the sign welcoming people to the hills of Powder Valley. You can't really see much of it now. Pretty much covered up. You can see the road sort of snakes up and around. You can't really see it much there, just some plow remnants. And up the hill. I hear a car. Pickup. No, sounds like a bigger truck. It looks like he went up Carl's Hill Road. That's a lot of snow, guys. Comes a car. I think. Or is it wind? Let's have a look. No. Sweetbriar and Geisinger. The new home going up. Yeah, a beautiful view there in the corner in the back, lots of windows.